Welcome to Dr. Levski Gaming. My name is Sean, and today I wanted to show you an interesting video that a guildmate shared with me. He had this fight against this pretty high-end dodge team, and for most of the fight, it looked like his team was just going down fast. You can see here it starts falling, and it's just because the team on the right is extremely strong against a lot of teams. And it looks like his team's going to lose, and then all of a sudden, Maya just will not die. She's constantly healing, constantly doing damage, and before you know it, she starts to bring down the rest of the enemy team. And I think it works really well against a dodge team like this, because this dodge team is extra good at dodging physical attacks as well as magical attacks with Octavia's abilities. But Maya's damage is all damage over time, pure damage. So it ends up that her attacks are not being dodged by Octavia. And then Maya is also healing herself constantly. And whenever her shield breaks, she does damage to whoever broke her shield. So it's interesting, but Maya seems to be one of the best counters to this heavy dodge meta that we've been seeing a lot of. It also helps that she was sitting on top of Dorian's aura while she was doing damage, so she had her own healing plus the healing from her damage. Her Queen of Flowers ability is the one that gives her a shield and she heals until it's broken. And then she can throw poison at the distant enemy hero and do poison damage over time in the form of pure damage. And then the poisonous bonds will also pull the enemy heroes together, and again doing more damage over time, pure damage. And then the Queen's Revenge, once her shield is broken, will cause pure damage to the closest enemy. And so overall, Maya ends up being a really strong hero against this meta, because none of her attacks are magic based, and even her normal auto attack is just a small amount of physical damage, so she's not getting really anything reflected back at her. But otherwise, she's constantly healing herself and constantly keeping damage over time effects on the enemy team in the form of pure damage. And so out of curiosity, I decided to play around with boosting Maya's damage against a team that was dodge-based. And so I came up with this idea of using Xixia to boost her magic attack, both from her skills and her artifact weapon. And then Dorian's there to help Maya heal herself with his aura. Aiden's there to provide shields to keep everyone alive, and also to boost some health to make sure that everyone just stays alive long enough for Maya to do the damage. And then Julius, I just decided to use there to help speed up some of the skills, as well as keep some shields on the team. And it worked remarkably well, considering the enemy team that I had there was also pretty high, except for Heidi. And then, so as you can see, Maya actually did more damage than Xixia in that fight. And then she also did significant healing. So I think overall, it's a pretty interesting idea to use Maya against these dodge metas. And you can see there that my Maya is actually half the power level of my Xixia, so it's even more impressive. And the enemy Heidi actually did a lot of damage too, but that's because he does really well in the dodge meta. So let me know what you think of Maya, and if you be using this hero to counter the meta. I've always been curious to see if there was a good way to use Maya, as I always like the concept of, her ability to heal the whole team and then also do a lot of poison damage over time. It's always been a cool effect in my opinion. Thanks for watching.